It's Memorial Day week, and I'm going to do a quick video on updating on what's going on. I've got 3 raised beds and some herbs over there, and then in the back I have what's going to be an open air garden, but I have not set it up yet. Then I've got some more raised gardens here in the front. We'll walk through those. And then I've got my high tunnel, which is back there. This is my potatoes. They're starting to fall outward. And I got a little bit of yellowing in here, which means they're getting close to harvest time. Behind them, it's hard to see because they've kind of flopped over on top. But back here, my lavender is starting to flower back here. And then in my next bed, here, my raised bed, I have my garlic here. And I've got some oregano starting to spread out. I planted beans, but they never came up. So I am thinking these little holes are animals dug up the seeds and ate them. So I'm going to replant and put some type of protection over the top. Hopefully keep them safe. This next bed looks crazy. I've got lavender in the back. It is also blooming. It's a different variety. I've got broccoli in the front, which bolted on me, so I need to cut that and just get broccolinis from that. My baby bok choy has flowered and now has seeds. I've decided to let it go ahead and develop some seeds that I'll keep for my fall planting. So I've got quite a few little pods here, and I'm just going to let them get fully developed. My spinach has also bolted, so I really need to redo this bed. My third bed here, I need to fill with soil, pull out these last few leeks here. They've already bolted and gone to seed. And I'll fill that up, and then I'll have room to plant more things. My strawberries are loving the cool weather we've got right now, which is very odd for the end of May. My row of herbs seems to be happy where they are. I've got lime thyme there. Next to it, I've got lemon thyme. And then I've got my Russian sage and peppermint and onion grass or chives. I just moved my olive tree out here. I think it's going to be happier outside. And I have mojito mint on this side. In my next raised garden, my onions are going to seed. I need to yank those out. I've planted some beets in here who are just starting to peek out. There's one right there. Next door, I've got my Swiss chard, which actually can go for a lot of the summer. It'll keep producing. I just pull off the outer leaves and let the inner ones keep going. And this bed is shaped like called a keyhole. It's shaped like a U. In the back, I've got some jalapeno peppers. This one looks like it's ready to harvest. Got several of those. I've got some dinosaur kale, the lacinato kale back here. Got a different type of pepper behind. This is called oak leaf lettuce, and it's really delicious. It's the first year I planted this. And I pulled out some of my lettuce because it was getting ready to bolt like this one, and planted some new. So it's just starting to pop out here. I've got my sugar snap peas growing up in the back, and you can see they're starting to get some pods on them. I need to harvest those. On this side I've got more potatoes. I've got more lettuce, which needs to be harvested. My cauliflower looks like it's about ready to be pulled out. I don't know how much bigger it will get. And then I've got my brand new zucchini plant here, and it's looking wonderful. Got a little baby zucchini down there. Fighting the mosquitoes here. I've got some more strawberries here. There's my strawberry. One of my strawberries. As you can see, it's loaded with fruit right now. So I've got all different kinds of tomatoes here in the front, and my cherry tomatoes, as you can see, they are now hitting the roof. They're so tall. Need to crop those down. I didn't have soil moved into this end bed yet, so I planted these zucchini in pots. Just gonna do a quick fertilization here since the flowers are open. So this one's a male flower. See how the stem of this is just a stem. So we need to get some of the pollen from the inside of this. Just gently touch that. And you can see the pollen on my finger there. And then you go to the ones that have a little baby zucchini at the base, like that. That's the female. And just touch that pollen to the center. There's one. There's another one. That center part right there is what needs to be pollinated. So I've got 3 zucchinis here and one outside, and then I've got my lemongrass kind of growing up. Insects don't like it, so I'm hoping that will help keep them off of my zucchini plants. On this side, I've got another zucchini back there. And I've got some yellow squash next to it right here. Unfortunately, all the blooms on this one right now are male blooms, but I do have some little babies coming along down here. Watch for those. And then back here I've got more of my tomatoes. Over here I just planted some butternut squash, which has come up, and I'm going to train that up this trellis. And here's my peppers. I've got a variety down here. It's a little dwarf pepper. It's going to make little golden peppers. Right now they're still green. But as you can see, we're going to have a pretty good harvest here, I think. There's a nice big pepper. Pretty ready when he's red. And then back here, I've got a plant with some more that will be red when they're ready to harvest. I've got my peach trees. And then over here in this bed, this was sort of the catch-all because I actually had soil in it. So I sort of put a whole mishmash of things in here. So in this corner, I have a tomato. All along the back, these guys right here are my snacking cucumbers, and you pick those when they're little, like the size of a pickle, but you don't pickle them, you just eat them. They're sweet. And then this, I planted lots of nasturtium all through here because I want it to be a companion plant with my cucumbers. For some reason, the beetles that eat squash and cucumbers do not like nasturtium. Now, nasturtium is an interesting plant all on its own. It actually has a very peppery flavor. If you like spicy, then that might be a good addition to your salads. Then if we walk around this corner tomato here, this is another keyhole. I've got 4 peppers. Now these are hotter, so I put them in a separate garden from the others. In the back, I've got some green peppers back here. And then I've got my small dwarf tomato plant. This is, let's see if I can remember, Little Napoli. And then I have some purple basil back there. I had holy basil planted next to it, and it was selectively chomped by rabbits. So then they started working on my cucumbers from this side, so I started using the mesh cages. This plant right here is another squash, yellow squash. And then I've got more cucumbers. These are the larger cucumber. Grow the larger ones for eating, and I'm training them up this trellis. So that is basically what I've got going on here. At the end of May, and my fig is doing good. It's back here in a pot. Back here, that's my fig. And I've got salvia, which is just a flowering plant to help attract pollinators. So that's it. I hope you're all having a good time gardening and having a good, productive year. Happy gardening!